Marky Worthington podcast all day.
All day.
Dream by night.
Don't buy me a drink. Just give me $10.
All day.
Go down to the strip club with your floppy disk and turn it into a hard drive.
Yeah, bro. You'll get fucking thrown out by Big Tony. We're here to name names and make people feel more ashamed for shit that they're not proud of.
Don't blow it. Keep it simple. Count your money.
No, whatever it is.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 43 with my buddy Stewie Keys. He's been on the show before, but that was a phone interview, and now he's available to be in the studio because, you know, the whole COVID lockdown and stuff has eased a little bit. I remember our previous episode was pretty grim, just all over the phone, and at the beginning of the COVID saga, so it's actually worth listening back to that one just to get like a comparison if you haven't already listened to it before. It was back on episode 16. So yeah, check that one out. But yeah, we've got Stewie Keys on the episode today. And before we get into it, I'll just rattle off some upcoming dates. This podcast is coming out a little bit later just because I didn't have the time for editing in this release. But I don't really have a scheduled edit and release schedule. So I basically just try and keep it to 2 podcasts a month. And it kind of changes a little bit when exactly they come out. But hey, eventually that might become a full-time job, and one day I could actually have the time to do this instead of other stuff as well. But hey, we'll see. I think I'm shooting big on that one. So as I mentioned, got some dates coming up. So if you listen to this as soon as it comes out, make sure you head to the Front in Lyneham. I'm doing an open mic there on Friday the 25th, starting at 7:30. And then we've got... there is some open mics before then, but we just want to keep an eye on my Facebook page for any other dates. But you've got the Smiths Alternative open mic on Sunday the 4th of July. Hopefully I get a spot there. And then also you've got the next Basement Comedy, which is on the 20th of July as well. So that Basement Comedy runs on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, and the next one is the 20th of July. Already got some spots filling up for that one, so make sure you check it out. But for all my comedy dates and open mics that I'll be at around Canberra, you can check me out at Marky Worthington Comedy on Facebook, Instagram. I've also got that as my YouTube. And if you are a Twitter person, then you can check me out on Twitter at Marky Comedy as well. But if you're listening to the podcast, make sure you check out my YouTube channel for the video edition, because this one's got a couple of little extras in there for those of you that are tuning into the video. And also you can check out my audio edition of the podcast if you are watching it on YouTube, on Spotify, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. That is iTunes. And yeah, I know, right? You'd think that I'd know this shit by now. And then we've also got the on Amazon Podcasts. So yeah, check it all out there. And for now, let's get into the episode. Cheers.
I love that it's the Marky Worthington podcast with Marky Worthington.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. This is oh, well, you know what episode it is. I already did that weird little intro before the intro because I don't trust myself to get it right while I'm doing it on the actual podcast. I can give myself a second chance. That's enough about me, though. Let's fucking introduce the guest. We got a return guest on the show, my buddy Stewie Keys. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Cheers for having me.
Yeah, good to have you back, man. I think the last episode we did was over the phone during COVID, so...
Yeah, man. That was hard times for everyone.
We're technically still in COVID, but we're definitely a damn sight better than we were when we did the last one.
Oh, yeah, so much better, man. And we're doing a lot better than Melbourne at the moment.
Holy
Even though
shit.
they've just come out of their lockdown, but fuck, man.
Yeah, I preemptively booked a trip to Melbourne in October, like before the recent lockdown. So I'm just sitting here, my fingers crossed, like fuck. I hope like I can still, because I try to regularly make it like an annual trip to Melbourne just to like check out some bands, get a tattoo, fucking do something down there, my tattoo artist, hang out, like whatever. And I didn't get it last year. and I was like, oh, I'll rebook it for this year.
Oh man, that's
And I'm like,
risky.
once I was like, yeah. So I'm just sitting here, like, dude, I feel like like Melbourne's like a dog race that I've got money on right now. I'm just like, and they're all neck and neck at them. You
Oh,
know
man,
that.
I know exactly what you mean.
You ever put money on something just because you knew you wouldn't give a fuck about it if you didn't have money on it?
Dude, that's the only reason I bet on dogs. Like, I don't really bet on anything else.
Yeah.
But like every now and then, if I'm in a pub and they've got TAB,
Yeah.
if the dogs are on, I'm like taking 5 minutes. Like, and I'm going through that list. It's not even like odds or whatever. Finding the best name, and I'm chucking money on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Well,
'cause every dog has its day, man. It's fully how it is though with that when it comes to that shit.
yeah. Every rose has its thorn and that sort of shit, man.
Exactly. That's it, man.
I,
I'll tell you what, man. Like the best thing that's come out of COVID though, like especially not just the me doing fucking nothing inside, being stuck inside doing nothing.
yeah.
I'm like so obsessed with all the different conspiracy theories that have come out. Conspiracy theories are always a big thing, but like in the last 2 years, the biggest ones. So many people just think they're so fucking smart and switched onto it. They're like, no, it's all fake, man. Didn't you see it's fake? Did you see that video the other day? It's fake, man. It's obvious it's green screen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All of a sudden, everyone's a fucking expert.
Everyone's an expert, man. Like everyone's got a voice because like, what the fuck are they gonna do? They're not doing anything. They've got no one to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And like if you say something that like someone kind of mildly agrees with, everyone's jumping on it, man.
I feel like there's a couple of things that make you a conspiracy theorist. One of them is, if theorist is even a word, but it's like fear.
Yeah.
And the other one is fucking time and loneliness mixed together.
Yeah, man.
Because if you like, so I know a guy that does night shift.
Yeah.
Dude, 3 years of doing night shift straight. Aside from putting on like 60 kegs, he wrote his own
benefits.
conspiracy theory book
Oh shit.
about yeah. I'm not gonna plug his book, fuck him, but still, I'm not gonna reward that behavior.
Oh, he's getting shit done. He wrote a book, man. That's good. That's actually
Yeah.
one to put down on like the bucket list.
Yeah,
Wrote a
but
book.
it totally like. I'm not gonna push it. If you hear of it, then you get it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let it get itself out there. I don't want it. It's like the butterfly effect, dude. Like if I push it now, it might lead someone to read it, which
Yeah.
will then become a
And then
conspiracy
further and
theory.
further and further.
that it will. I know it'll eventually come around to fuck me in the end. So like, I'm just gonna like cut it off there and be like, and just leave it up to the conspiracy nuts to go through my friends list.
Dude,
and
right?
work out.
Whoever is listening, man, if that guy's listening, he's like, "This is a conspiracy." Then he's not saying anything about it because they've gotten to him and they've said, "Don't peddle the shit." And now Mark's fucking taking money elsewhere. Right now, that guy is freaking out. That's a confirmation for him, man. He's
Dude,
sitting in his house.
I'm just building that fucking expectation that I don't plug shit unless I'm getting paid. Like it's like it cheapens the whole thing. Like I know one day Manscaped's going to come to me, and they're going to be like, "You pushed your mate's fucking conspiracy book for free, like, but you're making us pay for it." Like, where's
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's be honest. There's no direct correlation between conspiracy theories and fucking shaving nuts. They're like two ends of the fucking scale.
I don't know, man. If we dig hard enough, I'm sure we could find something.
One or the other, dude.
Yeah,
I
one
feel
or the
like-
other. I bet you, like, someone would start and be like, dude, do you remember in the 80s? No one used to shave. All of a sudden, everyone's fucking shaving. What's the go there?
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was when 9/11 happened. All of a sudden, everyone was really fucking up in arms about getting their shit shaved. I was trying to stay clean.
They have like a full fucking. You watch next time people tune into this fucking podcast. This wall will be filled with strings and photos and shit. And
Yeah.
the real bit is I've become the conspiracy dude, and the whole time that book was me. I wrote it.
You've been plugging your
Yeah,
own
yeah,
book. You're so within the
I have
conspiracy. It's a
an
conspiracy.
alias.
Yeah.
I have like an overweight shift worker alias that I released the book under.
Dude, that's commitment, man.
The best thing about my fucking my group of friends is that could be like 5 people. Like I didn't narrow it down. Like someone's out
anyone.
there trying to put the pieces together, and they're like, "Dude, I'm down."
fuck's he talking
It's
about?
like guess who, and the last 5 people all look exactly the same, and you're like, "Does he have a neck beard?" Yep. Well, I've still got 5 fucking people here.
Dude,
like,
honestly, anytime I meet someone out in the open and they have like a solid neck beard, I know they know some shit about aliens or some conspiracy that no one knows, and they're so certain. Like the best one I heard recently was birds aren't real; they're actually drones that are peddled by the government.
Oh, what
Have you read that one?
Nah.
Like, not that I put much stock into it. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there that like I find fucking so entertaining, like flat Earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the best one, the most entertaining one that I literally was like, how could you actually believe this? Was that birds weren't real.
Yeah.
And one of their biggest plugs, like to say that they weren't, like to prove, was like, do you know that birds, they stop on like the power lines? That's how they recharge. I was like, what? And, like, they've got people following them. Like, yeah, man, I know. I saw this swarm of fucking birds the other day, and it followed me home. It's like, why are you so important? The birds are following you home.
Yeah.
They're government-made drones. They're like, yeah, no, it's a full fucking thing, man. How do they know north and south? Think about it, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, fucking explain cunts that breed birds.
Exactly. They're in on it,
Two
man.
birds in a cage in your house, right? They fuck, they lay an egg, and you watch the fucking thing hatch out of it.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one.
I feel like any good conspiracy, they have an explanation for. It's like the flat earther one.
Oh man,
Every fucking dude,
any kind of piece of like proper information, like it's we're on a fucking curved Earth.
Yeah.
Right. That's because the human eye can't see through. I watched this dude today, and he was talking about how, all right, if the Earth is flat, right, we do have telescopes, yeah, and he's like, yeah, we've got telescopes, right? And he's like, okay, so shouldn't I technically be able to use my telescope to look straight into China? We're on a flat Earth, right? And he was like, no. That's not how it works. Because the air is so dense, at a certain point, you won't be able to see. I was like, what?
That's got an answer. Fucking
That's not a
everything,
fucking
dude.
answer, man.
Dude, I listened to the Bill Burr podcast.
Oh, so the Monday morning podcast. Yeah,
that's a free plug for Bill, man. He's done a lot for me. So
love Bill, man.
yeah, dude, you look after your fucking colleagues, but
Yeah, man.
but yeah, he had he had like a crack at trying to get explanations for flat earthers, dude.
Oh, really?
Fuck, that opened a can of worms.
It would have
He has
too,
so
man.
many listeners. Like, even if it's only like fucking like less than 1% of people,
Oh,
like that was still enough to get these fucking psychos just like sending all this evidence to his email address, dude. And here's Bill trying to read it out, like, what the fuck? Like,
oh man.
it's-
If I had that amount of power, man, like to be able to bring people out like that, flat Earth is definitely one of them. Where I would like, if I had the money, I would pay for someone to be like, all right, I'm going to give you however much money and go send you up into the firmament
Yeah.
and to prove that we live on a flat Earth. Like, I'm funding it. Like,
Yeah.
Elon Musk should fund it. I reckon he totally should. Because, like,
Yeah.
there's a big thing for him at the moment with the flat Earth. They're like, when he sent his, like, that car up into space.
yeah.
There was one thing that he said. He was like, you know it's real because it looks so fake. Right? And people went fucking nuts over that comment. They were like, oh my God, that proves like that it's fake. And it's like, man, Elon should just turn around and be like, all right, what I'm going to do is like whoever the biggest flat earther is, right, I'm going to put you in a rocket.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to put a GoPro right on your right on your head and like
Fuck
one
yeah.
like straight into your eyes as well. Second that they see that curve and watch like everything break, their whole world break down,
Yeah.
come back down, and I guarantee they'll have enough time to come back down and be like, no. The cockpit fucking mirror was like fisheye lens, so I gave it that curve look.
Yeah, there's just fuck all of them.
Motherfucker.
There's always an answer for everything, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got a few mates that are into conspiracies and shit. But just like Bill Burr said on his podcast, man, I'm the same when it comes to shit. I'm like, you get to a point where you're like, I can't prove or disprove this shit, and I'm just wasting my time and energy trying to like find answers.
Yeah.
And it's just like sometimes you're just better off not to go down that rabbit hole. Like,
Yeah, man. I can't lie, man. I love going down that rabbit hole. Like I said, not that I put much stock in it, but I love how serious people get about it. Like all these, like again, flat Earth is a big one, and like I love watching how they so wholeheartedly believe that what they're saying is so true, and all this like fact and scientific edge cutting shit, right? And it's just like so easy to disprove. And so if you open up any book on like a scientific fact and what the fuck you just said, right, it will disprove it straight away. And they're like, no, but those books are funded by the government. And the reason that they're hiding the flat Earth is because whatever the fuck reason. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love it. So it's so entertaining to see these people because like sometimes I think, fuck man, I'm crazy. And then I go on the internet and I'm like, I'm pretty good. I'm not too bad.
Good, yeah.
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 I'm pretty sane, man. I got some wild theories in my head, but like,
The internet is like one of those things. Like if you wake up with like a pain in your stomach or some shit, and you just Google and you want to scare the fucking shit out of yourself, you just Google like stomach pain.
oh yeah, the
Also,
Google
just-
doctor.
oh man, like I had like a I had like an intolerance to either wheat or gluten or something, like
Yeah.
something that you like is like from. It's either in beer or bread.
Yeah.
I never narrowed it down,
That's something there.
but
yeah.
like I was talking to someone about this recently. Apparently, it's a known thing. It's a weird like wife's tale.
yeah, right.
They call it stone fruit season, and it's like for some reason around Christmas every year you get all these like people get more issues with appendix and stuff.
okay,
I don't
yeah.
know what the thing is, but
Yeah.
apparently it's a known thing that like it's like an obvious spike in like appendix related issues
At that time.
at that time of year. And I don't know whether it's the same in the northern hemisphere. Like if it correlated, then that would be like interesting.
Well, yeah, something's going on.
But
yeah.
they just said it's not actually related to stone fruit, but it just happens to be in the same. They just call it stone fruit season because of like this. That's when it happens to be when people have more appendix problems.
Right.
Don't know
okay.
what the theory is behind that. This isn't the Joe Rogan podcast. We don't have a Jamie. So
yeah, pull that up, Jamie.
so, it was around Chrissy, you know, and I'm partying like as much as you do around Chrissy. I'm drinking more beers than normal.
As you do at that time of year.
And I was hanging out with a crew that were beer drinkers. Like,
Yeah.
if you got a crew that like they're like spirits, then I chop and change. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
man,
not.
I'm pretty good with either way.
Yeah, if someone's having spirits, man, I'll have spirits. I don't drink much beer anymore, but at the time, if people were drinking beers, I'd have fucking beers, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, I was hanging out with a beer crew, and I was just waking up with mad fucking pain, like around where your appendix is, right?
Yeah.
Every morning after I was like a night on the beers, it would be sometimes worse than the hangover. Like I couldn't notice the head because the fucking
Your pain in your gut was so severe.
much. So obviously I Googled that, right? Like, fuck, dude. I nearly just walked into the doctor and said, I need my appendix out. Like without any fucking
I'm gonna
medical
die, man.
knowledge. Just walking in and saying, like, look, doc, I can cut you the bullshit. Just take my fucking appendix away from me.
Oh, man.
But he was smart and it was just like, look, we're going to, like, isolate food groups and see what it is.
Yeah.
And eventually, when I took out beer anyway because I like wasn't drinking as much by that point.
Yeah,
Christmas was
It's easy to
done and
kick it off,
fucking
yeah.
not partying anymore. But then I stopped having bread and I was like good again, and it hasn't come back since. So
Yeah, right.
it was just one of those things. I'm like, fuck, maybe it was that, maybe it was something else. Maybe I had a flare up and it just fucking like went away. But yeah, I don't tend to like drink beer much anymore.
Yeah, man.
So.
So obviously, bad idea to go Google.
Yeah,
like, what
just
your
don't
symptoms are.
fucking yeah.
I think legit, the internet has obviously given everyone like that. It's crazy because like if you do want to know something, like any to like the human's fucking pinnacle of knowledge, you can Google or like you can just fucking internet it out. Someone has done research and you can find some answers. But I think that sometimes becomes a massive problem for some people, like stubborn, like whoever it is, they'll go do the same thing, like headache, and it'll come up with tumor.
Yeah.
Right, so they'll walk into the doctors, no prior knowledge either, like never like finish year 12, go in straight to the doctor. I have a tumor.
Yeah.
They're like, no, well, like we got to do some tests. I'm like, no, you don't need a fucking test. Like I know
Yeah.
that I've got a fucking tumor. I bet these doctors go home and they're like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Google is the worst, especially like if they're like consulting someone. They're like, what makes you think you got a tumor? Oh, well, I Googled. I bet you in their head they're like, fuck, man, I've had enough of you. I went 5 years at fucking medical school and I'm dealing with this fucking idiot. It's just looking it up on Google.
Yeah, look, I've been lucky enough that I found a decent doctor and sort of stuck with him.
Yeah.
But I've heard some fucking stories of mates of mine just going into like walk-in clinics and shit.
Yeah.
And the doctor's just going like, all right, what's your symptoms? And Googled it in front of them. It's just
He
like,
just he doesn't want
what
to be at
the
work that
fuck?
day.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not
like,
looking
just
at that.
fucking phone it in.
He's had enough, man.
Holy
He's
shit.
probably gone through the same thing. Every second customer that comes in is like fucking said, I'm Googling it. So he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to Google shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to scare everyone.
Oh, dude, it's reverse psychology. He Googles it to show them how dumb that is. And you're like, dude, are you just going to Google it? And he's like, no, I'm just showing you how stupid that is. Like, see how you don't believe me when I Google it? Why should I fucking believe you when you
That's
do
a
it?
fucking really solid way of doing it.
Yeah, yeah. He's just sitting there
Jesus.
like, all right, now we've...
Did you go out of your way to like find a new doctor, like in your like obviously in your adult age, or like are you one of like the old people that kept their
I didn't-
childhood doctor?
Yeah, so I didn't grow up in Canberra.
Yeah. So you had to get another doctor.
But I've been in Canberra for 10 years nearly in January.
yeah.
Also 9.5. And what's 6 months between friends? But anyway, the I had a couple of like doctors I shopped around a little bit at the start, and I had one good one. Like
Yeah.
he was pretty good. He was good at like if he didn't know referring you to a specialist. Like
Yeah.
he was a good like middleman.
He'd
He'd
sort you out.
do your medical certificate. He'd give you solid advice. He'd like knew like the like the right fucking diagnostics to do. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's an X-ray, that's an ultrasound, that's a fucking like,
this is that, this is this.
yeah, that's a fucking finger up the ass. And
The jabby.
yeah, and then eventually I went to a different doctor because someone recommended him
Yeah.
because I got sleep apnea.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
right.
So someone recommended this other doctor that was like, knew more about, had like he was just a GP,
Yeah.
but they went and seen him and he helped them diagnose sleep
Right.
apnea. So
Yeah,
I was
so he's
like,
got like a bit of a specialty.
yeah,
For that.
is like it was just a general doctor, but he like had referred a few people to the sleep clinic.
Yeah. Okay.
So I kind of like had some connections there. Like he
Yeah, right.
had like a couple of known doctors that he knew were good. So I went and seen him, and he sorted out my like diagnostics and shit. And
Yeah.
now I have to wear a CPAP machine when I sleep.
Fuck. What's that like?
Fuck, it's so hard to get used to, dude.
Is it hard with your beard?
So
my brother's got one, and he said like he had problems trying to get this thing to connect to his face.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty lucky that for some reason, because I thought that too, and even when I went in, they were like, "You're gonna have trouble." Like when they were fitting it at the sleep clinic,
Yeah. Right.
they were like, "You're gonna have trouble." But for some reason, it just like my hair pattern and shit, it just like happens to fit with the mask.
Well, that's fucking good.
So like I don't actually lose. Like there's a little bit of like if it moves and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not like a fucking suction seal like
Oh, okay,
clean,
yeah.
clean shaven people,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's like less than 5% loss,
Okay. Yeah.
which
That's not
is,
bad.
which is fine.
That's dealable. Yeah.
And another thing is my sleep apnea isn't actually so it's genetic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I lost a bit of weight to try and see whether it was that.
Yeah, because that's a lot of the issue sometimes.
Yeah. But they were like, no, it's like it wouldn't hurt, like to lose weight. Like it's always like I always kind of tread that line of like a bit overweight to a bit too much overweight, and I
Yeah.
like balance between that. I like to keep it like where I'm just like could lose a couple of kegs and not like could lose like a fucking couple of dozen kegs. Like I like to
Yeah, man.
sort of keep. I like to be sort of. Well, I don't like to be. I just happen to be in that range of like maybe 10 kegs overweight instead of 20 kegs overweight.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just kind of like hover between 10 and 20 kegs overweight.
That's true, man. Yeah.
Um,
I feel like it's all perspective though, man, when it comes to weight loss. Like, cause like I found like I got to a point where I plateaued, where I like stuck at like this one weight. And I was like, fuck, man, this is hard. And I like going to the gym and seeing people, and they're like, oh, man, I lost like 20 kilos, yada, yada. And I'm like, fuck you guys. So like, I'll end up putting on another 30 kilos, and then I'll drop 15. And I'll be like, oh, well, I just dropped 15. They're like, yeah, but you're back to the same weight. And I'm like, yeah, but I did drop 15.
yeah.
I put it on, then dropped it. Motherfuck.
Yeah,
That's
true.
hard. Try and do
True.
that.
Yeah, true. Like I so yeah, I lost some weight and it helped a little bit. But I went to an ENT, like ear, nose, throat doctor,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was like, saying that my sinus passage is really narrow,
Okay.
and apparently the muscle in there isn't like it's weak. So when I inhale, it doesn't fully expand.
Okay.
So my sleep apnea isn't actually from me stop breathing in my sleep. It's a lack of airflow in my sleep.
right.
So when the muscles relax in my sinus while I'm asleep, they don't expand properly. So it's like I've got a blocked nose constantly when I'm
Yeah, okay.
sleeping.
Yeah, right.
So I have to. The machine is just there to give me a bit of a boost.
Yeah,
so
to
that
kind
I
of pass it through.
so that I can breathe. It's not there to like most people where they like stop breathing and it like
Fully, stops them out. I wonder what like the old timey remedy would have been for that, like saying like the 1900s. You know, they
Yeah,
used to do
true.
stupid stuff like you know, fucking random. I feel like that one there. Like I'm not a doctor, but if I was an old timey doctor
old timey.
and someone came in and said, "I got a problem with my sinus," be like, "Here, do some cocaine because that's gonna rife that muscle right up.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna get it real good." Like that's probably the worst way of going about it. But I feel like they did that so much.
I feel like that is just the solution to everything in the old time.
It was. Have you seen like? There's a photo I saw of like what their remedies were for migraines. So they put their head in this iron fucking bucket, basically like this like a tin, basically. Put it over their head and then smash it with a hammer. And apparently that was meant to get rid of your headache. It's like that is. I don't know. Whoever the fuck was sitting around, they're like, "Man, my head hurts." Be like, "I know. How to fix this."
Yeah.
Why? Because the vibrations and the loud noise is going to set you right up. Probably leave there stunned. Be like, "Man, that actually worked." Later die of a concussion.
Yeah.
No, he died of different causes. I was on
We
the money.
stopped the migraine.
Yeah, we stopped the migraine. This isn't my fault. Guy got bitten by a fucking rat. Died of the plague. Shit, what do you want me to do? I wonder what the day is that they came in. They're like, "Oh, we've been doing this wrong." And like, dude, that's been doing it for 50 years. Like, no, I've not been doing this wrong. And they give him the science. I wonder if he's like a flat earther and he just comes up with his own fucking. It's like the modern age.
No, he would have been
earther.
a round earther then because everyone thought it was flat.
Everyone thought it was flat. Nah, it's round.
He was the weird one that thought it was
dude.
round.
The Pope says it's flat. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, if you try and put yourself in that time frame, you're like, I reckon there was a point where doctors and like medical people that we would consider medical
Professionals and stuff like that, yeah.
would have been considered like the eccentric, weird, why don't you get a real job sort of person.
Yeah.
So like they
So
would
trying things that people just don't understand. Seems like magic.
just doing weird shit to try and see what works.
Yeah.
So like they were just making up stuff to try and like just basically like saying like if you try 10 weird things and one of them works, all of a sudden they're like, oh fuck, there might be something to this. Like
yeah, like they're just throwing ideas out there.
Yeah.
Like the best thing about like back then, I think, like did you ever see those like miracle elixirs that they used to make?
Yeah.
I would love to get my hands on like
Some
one of
OG
those.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Like, because I reckon salesmanship
Sweeney
dipped.
Todd.
Yeah, like it's Sweeney Todd, those miracle elixirs and stuff like that. But like people don't do that anymore, and like no one has sales because it's all on the internet. You can just put up like an Instagram ad, like buy my fucking beard oil.
Yeah.
Right, like that's basically the closest we've got. Is like, oh,
By
it's
the way,
beard oil.
Mad Viking beard oil, go check it out.
Get that plug in
I
there.
don't even have a promo code. Just go and buy it.
Just buy that shit. It's mad.
They sponsor me, but I don't have like a promo code to give other people.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah. It's one of those.
They're gonna rethink this contract now. They're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
hear
now
this
I've
and be like,
spoken publicly about it.
yeah. Like, get him. Why does he not have a fucking
Those
promo
other,
code?
like other beard oil companies are going to hear that and come to me now.
Yeah, they're gonna call you. What's the deal you got? Because they're
Yeah.
not giving you no promo codes.
I get like good shit for free, but I don't have any promos to give to other people. It's like
Right.
one of those deals.
But you just you're gonna kind of plug their
It's
stuff
kind of
anyways.
yeah, it's like they weren't even like pressuring. They don't even pressure me to plug it. They just like every 6 months I get like a shipment of shit.
Yeah, right.
And
Maybe they're just looking at your Instagram and like that beard.
that's how they found
And
me.
it's
Yeah,
that's just we got to make sure that beard stays
Yeah,
intact.
just
They don't give a fuck about you. Then like that beard's got to stay around.
dude, that's like the guy that So you heard of Beard Season? Jimmy Niggles. He did like
Yeah,
the charity thing. He grew his beard. For
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think he grew it for like 8 years, and then he shaved it off once he hit. He was like, I'm not shaving it until I raise $1 million for skin cancer,
Fuck, man.
because he had a mate that passed away from skin cancer, and him and his buddy, I think a couple of others, all decided at the funeral not to shave from that day onwards.
Yeah, okay.
Until they raised their goals.
That amount of money. Yeah.
And his buddy was like, well, I'll do it at $500,000 and you do it at $1 million. And when his buddy who got the $500,000 beard,
yeah.
when they hit that mark, do you know what they fucking did to like instead of just shaving it off, dude?
What?
They fucking like covered it in hairspray, so it was like one solid thing, and straight razored it off his face, so it just came off in one fucking bit, dude.
That's sick.
It was solid. It was like not quite as long as mine, but it was pretty fucking close.
Oh,
It was just
man.
like a beard trophy, dude. They like mounted it and everything.
That's one way of doing it.
Just
Like,
a fucking
let's keep it for you. Dude, when I had dreads, like I kept my dreads. Like, I
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
them off and I kept them. Right, and like it's weird to explain to, like, especially when you meet like a new girl or something, like bring them around the house. And they go through a drawer and they're like, "Why do you have like a bunch of dreads in your drawer?" I'm like, "Oh, that's
why
my
are you
old
ratting
hair."
through my
I'm
shit?
like, why? Why'd you keep your dreads? They stink. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm attached to them. They're my fucking dreads. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, why are you looking through my shit?
Yeah, why are you looking through my shit? That's my special
It's
drawer.
just like, oh, one's from every hippie chick that I banged.
Yeah, this is for every
It's like you're
every
like
single
the
hippie
collector.
chick.
You're like fucking Helga in Hey Arnold with the shrine. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah,
dude?
man.
How she's got like all the chewing gum that he's ever spat on the sidewalk.
That did, in retrospect and looking back at that show,
Hmm.
what a weird fucking show.
Yeah. It was like
There was some weird shows back then, man. Like,
every kid wanted a Hey Arnold bedroom though with a glass
Yeah.
ceiling.
that was sick.
Yeah,
that
so-
was cool.
Dude, mate, so like he's got the bed at one end with like stairs that go up onto the roof, so you can just get up out of
No
your bed.
kid has that amount of
In
like,
New York
three,
City,
Yeah,
just fucking-
in New York. What do his parents do? Fucking
Yeah.
loiter money. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
fucking trafficking.
Yeah, they're trafficking someone. They're obviously he's not their kid. Like,
There's
look at his head.
yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. That kid's mum died during birth, and then they're not.
Yeah,
his real
yeah,
kid.
it's-
It's not his real parents.
Yeah, he just fucking like that head just didn't. He didn't. It was like when you're trying to move a lounge chair, you got to turn it sideways. He put his head straight out, and she just died.
Oh man, can you imagine being his mum and they're like, "Oh, your son's breech right now. He's getting that wrong." No, just kill me.
Just fucking
just kill me.
Just turn the head side. Ah, fuck it.
Yeah. No, give us a miracle elixir. We're good.
Yeah.
Sort me
Sweeney
out.
Todd it out.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd that shit out. Just cut me open.
Yeah, so you were saying about like chicks ratting for your shit, dude. I dated this girl once that was telling me this story
Yeah.
about how she'd been seeing this dude for about 6 months, and she was like, "Oh, I left his place one day and just never spoke to him again." And I was like, because I was like, "Oh, so what like happened to you guys?" Because I used to be that psycho guy that would ask about, like, if I wouldn't ask about exes, but if they brought them up, I'd be like, "Oh, so like what happened?" You know, what? Like I basically wanted to learn from their mistakes how not to fuck it up. Like, you know
Yeah,
what
man.
I mean?
That's funny. There's nothing more sweeter than a single dude trying to smash.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean he doesn't rub your feet 4 hours every day?
Yeah.
That is disgraceful that he doesn't do that for you.
Dude,
That's like a normal thing for me every day if I had a girlfriend.
Oh, it's like that fucking like or the dude that's trying to like hook up with a chick that's already in a relationship.
Oh yeah,
And
man.
the chick that fucking knows that he's into her, so she'll like lead him on. There's like the oh my god, he didn't even remember it was my birthday, and then you know that simp dude's just
Yeah.
going like, oh, like you know, like if fuck. He doesn't realize how lucky he is. Like, if I was dating you, there is no way I'd forget your birthday.
They make
I
up
would-
that fake present. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was actually in Tiffany's, and I thought about buying it, but I didn't want to cross that line
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm respectful. But you tell me, and I'll go buy that.
I was like, I knew he would forget it.
Yeah.
I actually, I was only thinking of it the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, and even though your birthday is on Valentine's Day, I'd still get you 2 presents.
yeah,
you know,
because that's just the world we live in. That's who I am. I've always been that nice.
Fuck,
And the
dude.
second you guys get together, it's like, oh, can you grab me a fucking beer out the fridge, please?
Yeah, that's
Not even a please.
I still have this bit about that. So I won't burn it. I'll just tell the premise. Like 90s love songs.
Yeah.
In hindsight, are creepy as fuck. Like if
Oh,
you,
yeah.
if you're writing a song about a chick that rejected you, you're not gonna win her over by writing a song. Like if in
How
real life,
cringy, yeah.
if in real life, right? If you're just like, hey, do you want to go out with me? And they're like, oh, not really. And you were like, okay, no worries. And you just come back with a fucking acoustic guitar, like, what about now? And wrote it, and like, I wrote this song.
Wrote this song for you.
Cunts would
It's
just
number
be like,
1 on the
"What
charts
the
now.
fuck?"
Everyone knows.
Yeah. It's also like kind of like it's like a fucking bit of a fuck you to the chick because you ask a chick out, she rejects you, so you write a song about it, it becomes a hit song, and you just get way more pussy.
Oh man, now everyone's swooning over this guy.
Yeah,
like,
'cause, oh,
poor
you
guy,
poor
he
little
poured
bitch.
his heart out. He probably didn't pour his heart out. Probably went up to her and was like, I want to fuck ya.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, nah. And he got mad cut. So he went home and wrote this fucking amazing song because like only artists that know pain know how to write something cool.
I wonder how many shitty fucking love songs were written by someone doing a shitty fucking pickup line. Like how
It's just how it
this is
started.
the worst fucking pickup line I've ever seen, and I see this all the time as a bartender. Is the drunk cunt walking up to some chick and pretending that he knows her?
That's a go-to.
That's a fucking like.
It's been forever. How have
Hey,
you been?
oh hey, Jess, is it Jess? No, wait, no, you're friends with Jess. Your name's like Sarah, is it? And they're like, oh no, my name's fucking something different than that. Like it's fucking whatever, Charlotte.
Charlotte,
yeah,
yeah.
it's always Charlotte.
It's always Charlotte,
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Fuck, do you listen to Good Charlotte? Like, it's just like fucking,
Just that you're in.
yeah, that's what they called me in fucking high school. I've
Oh,
got
man.
like, yeah.
That's what they called me in high school.
Yeah, you can just
Benji
tell.
Marshall.
Yeah, they fucking they have like trauma attached to it. Like, yeah, I used to get bullied because of my name in high
Oh
school.
man,
I-
it's so funny, especially like when it comes to like those kind of bands, so like Good Charlotte, like
Yeah.
let's say Simple Plan and shit like that.
Yeah.
If a chick is wearing like a Simple Plan or a Good Charlotte or even a My Chemical Romance, you kind of like if you listen to that music back in the day, you don't really have to do that whole I like used to know you. It's like I do know you.
Yeah.
Because
we were one.
we were
person.
one person at one time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. Man, that got me too. This grown ass man.
Fuck, man, you should have seen. Like, were you in the Black Parade?
Yeah, we in the Black Parade.
Didn't we march together?
I swear I ran into you.
Did
at
you
like,
serve in the Black Parade, man? 2007. Do you remember that shit?
That's the best pickup line too. You just walk over to a chick and just be like, "When I was a young boy, my father."
Just because they're wearing a My Chem shirt.
Yeah, man.
I
This
feel
guy
like-
gets it.
I feel like there are certain bands like My Chemical Romance that you will just never not be an emo kid when you listen to it. Like
Oh,
it'll
dude,
take
yeah.
you back to when you fucking like when
It brings it out in you.
you
Yeah.
slam the door in your bedroom and yell, "Fuck you, mum and
Yeah,
dad."
fuck you, my dad. Mine was The Used.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like a little guilty pleasure band for me back in the day. I was never like fully into them.
Hmm.
I liked maybe one or two songs.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's been forever. Obviously, as like time passes, like your taste in music changes.
Yeah.
But like every now and then, you'll kind of do a trip down memory lane and find something that you used to listen to, right? And I remember thinking, like, listening to this one song, and like for the life of me, I can't remember what it was called, but I remember listening to it recently, and I was like, this is the most cringy fucking song I've ever heard, because it starts off with like the singer of the years, he's like, "Small, simple, save price, rise the wake and carry me with all of my regrets," and like goes on like this tangent of just
Yeah.
emo-ness. And I remember when I was like 15, I was like,
poetry,
fuck,
right?
that's fucking hard, man.
You wanted to write poetry.
Yeah, I
and
was like,
shit.
I wish I could have written this.
Get it
Edgar
tattooed
Allan
on
Poe
your arm.
would be amazed. Get it tattooed.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Script.
this is why. Yeah, that's why. Like, you need to be 18 to get tattooed. Like, if I was 16 and I was allowed to get tattooed, Jesus, I'd have flame arms, right? I'd have like something like "can't be killed" or something like that on my
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shirt. Oh,
No
terrible.
regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. I'd have the hymn symbol, like where Bam had it.
Oh yeah, dude. I still want to get the Steve-O Fat Chick one.
Steve-O Fat
Is
Chick
it
one?
Steve-O that's got the the like silhouette of the chick laying down?
Oh
his
yeah,
his
but
is
it's a fat chick. Yeah, man.
My buddy actually has a really I don't know if he's got it yet, but I seen the design.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's got it, because if he doesn't, some cunt's gonna listen to this and get
And
it.
then
But
gonna get
no, it's a known design. It's he bought it. Like, he's got it from an artist that
Yeah.
like has had it on his wall for ages and never
Yeah, sick.
found anyone to get it done. So fuck it. If you haven't got it yet, then
Here's your chance.
Yeah,
you got like 24 hours to book
you
this
fucking
in.
you fucking like slipped. It's been on the wall for years. Have you ever gone in to get a tattoo and you've just been staring at something on the wall, and at first you didn't get it, you didn't really like click with you,
Yeah.
but then after you're just getting a tattoo and staring at the same bit of artwork on the wall for so long, it started to grow on you.
Yeah, man. That's happened
So-
quite a bit, especially if you're in there for like quite a couple of hours.
A lot of my tattoos are like long sits. Like I like my only short sit is 4 hours when I got my first tattoo.
Yeah.
It's because my brother and I got matching tats, and it was like we did 2 4-hour sits, so it was an 8-hour day all up.
Yeah, right. That's not so bad.
Yeah. But aside from that, everything's been 6 and plus.
Fuck, man. I hate getting tattooed.
Yeah,
I hate it.
it
Like,
fucking doesn't get any better, does it?
nah, dude, I actually hate it. Like, and I meet people that are like, man, I love getting tattooed. I'm like, no, you don't. No. Who likes that?
You love people thinking that you love getting tattooed.
Yeah, because it's like a tough thing to
You
say.
want people to think you're a hard cunt.
I
but-
get that all the time. Like, oh, fuck, man, you got your throat tattooed. Fuck, that's hard. I'm like, it sucked. You should see my face when I was getting it done. I was squirming and making weird noises. It sucked, man. Fuck that.
when this guy actually Do you remember? They were called Beneath the Tides.
Yeah.
The old singer Bo, their first ever singer.
Yeah.
He was saying that when he's the first guy I ever met that like had like a throat tattoo.
You're right.
Like when I first moved to Canberra, it was like 2012.
Yeah.
And I just remember just starting work at the basement and just being like, holy fuck, there's like the tattoo to dude ratio is pretty fucking high here.
Yeah,
like,
right.
After living down the coast and like occasionally you'd see someone with like a knuckle tat and they'd be like the fucking edgy cunt in town.
Yeah.
And also because of the time, like 2000, like I moved here to 2012, it like kind of was starting to kick off then. It was like more common. Like
Yeah, it was starting to get more common.
From 2008 onwards is when people started to get like, I noticed more people with tattoos,
Everyone's getting tattooed these days,
fucking
man. And like
crazy.
not even just like
Full suits and shit.
yeah, not like just sleeves or like a small one here. Like people are starting to go fucking out and about and get ones on their throat, like all their face.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like there was a certain
Nothing
time
but a face tattoo.
nothing but a face tattoo. I've seen dudes like they've got something just tattooed on their face. And it's like, why did you do that to your face?
Yeah.
Like they're like, why do you care? You're covered in tats. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't just jump straight to fucking throat tattoo. I got something small and then was like, man, I like tattoos. That's mad. But like, I feel old for saying it. It's like, do you know that's permanent, right? Like it's on your face now.
Yeah.
Like that's there forever.
You become that guy that's
Yeah.
like, fuck. So when he was telling me, like, oh yeah, I was like, because I did that like white girl shit where I'm like, oh, did that hurt? Blah blah blah. And he was just like, yeah, oh, like it felt weird because you can feel it vibrating through your head as they're like doing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, but the weirdest one was when I got the back of my knee done, because people like obviously have different reactions to different things.
Yeah, different areas.
He
different.
couldn't keep his leg straight. Like as soon as the gun would touch, he would curl his leg up. Like he just couldn't. Like they had to hold his ankle down so
Strap
that they
him
could
down.
fucking do it.
Fuck, dude.
Just-
Getting the back of your knee done must suck.
Yeah. So I got a calf tattoo that goes up behind my knee,
Yeah.
and the thing was when that bit was done, because it started down and went up.
Yeah.
By the time the back of the knee was being done, I'd already been in the chair for like 7.5 hours. It was an 8-hour sit, and it was just spent the last bit doing the shading up under the knee.
Yeah, right.
And by that point, I was just fucked. And he had to put like, because I don't normally care about numbing cream, I'll just grin through it.
I've tried numbing cream a few times.
Yes.
But I don't think I'd do it again. Like,
So-
it made it worse.
So he said that he was like, look, I don't normally do it unless someone asks for it. But in this case, I need to it might actually be better because your skin's starting to reject it. Like, it's starting not to like take the ink.
Yeah, right.
So he needed to like calm it down a bit. So he put the numbing cream on there,
Yeah.
put Glad wrap over it, left it sit for half an hour,
Yeah.
wiped it all off, and then just did the white highlights.
Yeah, getting white done sucks.
It was
man.
just like, yeah, it like might fucking hurt too much if I just put the white straight on there.
Dude, power to you, man. If you can just sit and just... I've seen people that can just sit and they don't make a fucking noise. And, like, for me, like, I just don't understand that. I need breaks, man. Like,
Yeah.
because I love tattoos. I do. I love the look and everything like that. But, like, fuck, getting tattooed sucks balls for me. Just, I cannot handle it. Just
Yeah.
Not good with pain.
Yeah, man, I've like I don't have like as many visible, but like I go for more like bigger pieces. Like eventually I'll get
Yeah, eventually, like, that's...
all the hidden shit will become like I'll run out of room and it'll be more visible.
yeah.
But I'm not quite at that. Like my brother Lukey's like got a lot more tattoos than me. I think I don't know his total, but it's like it's in the hundreds.
Fuck, man, that's
Hours,
crazy. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's not hundreds. It's more than 100 though.
Yeah, okay.
It's around 100.
It's around 100 hours.
Yeah, which
Fuck.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But his are like not only they're like super dense though. Like
Yeah.
it's got a lot of black and grey and it's really dense. It's like he's got like a lot of like Paul Booth designs and
Yeah,
shit,
okay.
like
Love
dark,
Paul
like
Booth, yeah.
dark shit. So yeah. My brothers we're talking off mic about sibling rivalries and shit, dude. My brother's 14 months younger than me, and we're chatting about like sibling rivalry and just like it's weird how you just instantly it's like, you ever seen puppies play fight?
Yeah,
it's
man.
like ingrained in us to like, it's kind of like a training
Yeah,
thing.
to
like,
fuck around,
yeah,
push
like
the boundaries of each other.
I feel like it's actually like, if you don't go too hard, it's actually like kind of a bit of like,
Have you ever like actually punched on with your brother?
nah. So we've never actually punched on, but we've done the like where like someone's just like, oh, that's a bit too
too
much,
hard, you
and then they
step the line?
match your level, and then
Yeah.
you escalate, and before you know it, you're just sitting there like, I need to stop before I just like straight
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna fucking hit you out now.
So I remember like one time we're fucking around, like so I was saying off mic, our thing was like we'd be watching The Simpsons, and the fucking, as soon as the ad break would come on, dude, no matter where we were, we just have to start fighting. So like
so
it was
random,
just
man.
the game was to try and be in the like best position. So, but without being noticed. So, like, as you know, the
That's-
ad
yeah,
break's
okay.
rolling up, you kind of like turn to face.
Yeah,
Or
like, get ready.
Yeah. But we had like ground rules, dude. Like, it was like you can't pick up like a weapon
Yeah, that should be rule. Yeah, rule 1: no weapons.
unless it's the lounge pillow.
Okay, yeah, that
So you
makes
could
sense.
just beat each other up with the lounge pillow. But one day we did that, and the zipper was like hanging out, and I fucking got clocked with the zipper in the fucking face. Because like my old man was like,
The scratcher?
he didn't give a fuck. Yeah, the old man was like, he didn't give a fuck if we fought.
Yeah.
He's like, but if one of yous end up costing me money, that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
Like if I have to take one of you to ED. Fucking, I'm like,
This
I'm
is
not
over.
fucking, like, he's no more fucking fighting. I remember one time we went to the show, went to like the Easter show or some shit. And
Yeah.
in one of the show bag, I got one of those fucking like dart guns, like with the little fucking, like you lick it and it sticks to the window.
Oh, yeah, they were the shit,
Yeah,
man, back in
dude.
the day,
And
yeah.
I remember like, we used to have two lounges facing each other, like the two lounges, and the TV was at the end. So you could like lay across the lounge and just like watch the TV.
Yeah.
So my brother and I would be on one lounge each just watching the TV. And I had the dart gun, and as soon as the fucking ad, once I knew the ad was coming up, I'm like, he doesn't know,
already
but I've got it like pointed to his fucking head. And as soon as the ad comes on, he turns to look at me, and I pulled the trigger and I went straight in his eye.
Oh, fuck.
And he just runs off to my old man, just going like, he shot me in the eye with a dart gun. And I remember as soon as we got him, Dad's like, yeah, you just can have him, you can play with him, but don't shoot each other in the face.
Yeah.
That was his rule.
Jesus.
Dude, so I, like, my brother just snitches on me. And, as he fucking should do. 'cause
Yeah,
I
you should have been the
fucking-
eye, man.
So, because I was just like, don't shoot him in the face, eh? Well, that'll be the first fucking thing
Is
I
you
do.
aiming him up for one eye.
There you go.
Fuck you.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
waiting for the ad break. As soon as that first ad comes on, I just pulled the fucking trigger square in the fucking eye. So, I didn't fuck his eye up or anything, but like it just scared him, and it was like, I think it was like red, but he could
Yeah.
still see and shit. So first thing Dad does, give me a look, gets out in the kitchen light, because that's like the only light in the house you can actually see under. Like,
Yeah.
remember in the 90s where before all these like fucking LED
LEDs
lights and shit,
there's the orange
every
lights.
fucking room was like a fucking, like you could barely see properly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's weird.
The white light. Everything was like warm. There
Yeah,
was no
warm
fucking
lighting.
yeah.
And like people used to smoke inside like it was nothing.
Yeah, it was like a cloud of smoke plus the light was fucked.
Yeah,
So
fuck, man. That built character on people, man.
yeah, it did, dude. Like fuck, like passive smoke got me through my fucking like childhood. But
Yeah, toughened me right up.
yeah,
man.
it's like a pack a day passive smoke.
Yeah, right? And when the time came for me to try smoke, I'm like, that's nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Give me a pack.
I've been fucking inhaling Marlboro Red since I
Yeah.
was fucking 4 years old.
I've
cunt.
already got an addiction, bro.
Yeah.
Just go home every day.
I had to fucking smoke menthols to get off them.
Until your parents stopped you from running away.
Yeah.
Just slowly build a fucking nicotine addiction. He'll be home in an hour.
Yeah.
Once he starts getting that itch.
Once the sun goes down, he won't be able to go without some passive smoke.
Yeah. They act all surprised. Oh, you're home.
You start like your parents smoking. You're like, you sure you don't want to just like, you'd be fucking ready for another smoke now, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Come on,
so-
I'll make you a cup of tea, mum. Have a cup of tea
You
and a
do the
smoke.
stuff. You sure you saying to your parents you sure you don't want to have sex? Like, because you know they're going to smoke a
You're
cigarette
gonna
after?
smoke after.
I'll just block my ears if you want to fuck. Like, I'm just keen to
Yeah,
get that
just-
passive smoke.
Yeah,
up.
just fucking why don't you just fuck off in there? And so I'll just chill in here. I'll close the windows. You good?
Hey, I'll be listening to music in my bedroom I'll be listening to My Chemical Romance with my
Yeah,
headset on.
I'll be listening
I
to
probably
my
won't be
Chem.
able to hear anything aside from that music for about an hour if you guys want to hang out. You
Yeah,
know?
and come in here and have a chat about life and smash some durries. It's totally cool with me.
So I fucking shoot him in the fucking eye. The old man comes out brings him out to the kitchen,
Yeah.
holds his eye open, looks, he's like, "Can you see out of it?" He's like, yeah. And he just looks at me and he's like, "Give me the gun." I'm just like,
You gonna shoot me in the eye?
I give it to him, dude. And I didn't know what to expect because my old man, like, he's a fair man, but he's also fucking harsh. But he's harsh but fair.
Harsh but fair.
I'm like, am I going to get shot in the fucking eye? Actually, this is comedian Sam Bansley that has a bit about this. I can't, like, burn his bit because I think he's still doing it. But he has a similar bit about his old man doing the same sort of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as soon as he was like, yeah, hand me that gun, mate. Oh, he's like, give us a look at that. And I was like, oh, you can look at it from here.
Yeah, you just look at it.
He's like,
with
no,
your eyes.
I want to hold it. I give it to him. He just puts it on the cutting board on the kitchen bench.
Yeah.
He just goes over the cupboard and pulls out a tenderizing mallet
Oh,
and just
no.
comes back and just fucking smashes it up in front of me. He's like, I told you not to shoot him in the face with it. And I was just like, yeah, fucking fair enough.
It could have been worse. He could have literally just shot you in the eye. And be like, all right, I need you to stare directly at me. Now stay fucking still. Like, shit. That's fair, man.
Fucking-
Eye for an eye. This is literally
hands my
the
brother
saying.
the gun. Like, I want you to shoot him in the eye.
No, I don't want to do that, Dad.
Do
You're
I
going to toughen the fuck up today, man.
You gotta
Okay.
be fair.
Yeah, you gotta be fair, mate.
Do I have to?
Do I have to?
You want to be famous, don't you?
Do it.
So and then so obviously Luke thinks this is the end of it. He's kind of got that smirk on his face, like, haha, I can't. And then Dad's just like, yeah, Luke, go get yours. And Luke's just like, oh, but like I didn't shoot him in the face.
He shot me.
And then Dad's just like, no, mate, go get yours. So Luke comes out like still like sobbing because we're
Yeah.
like fucking like probably like 4 and 5 at this point.
Yeah, right.
Hands him the fucking his one, and Dad smashes it up too.
Fuck, man.
And Luke's just like, but I didn't fucking shoot him. And Dad just goes, one in, all in, mate.
Jesus. I bet you guys would have fucking hated going to bed. All right, bedtime. Oh, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah. So the old man was just like, yeah, well, fucking like if you can't have it, he can't have it.
That's how
either.
he
It's part
sounds.
of
He
being
does. He
fucking
sounds like
brothers.
a fair man.
He's a fucking fair but harsh man. Anyway, and then he's like, all right, boys, now you learnt your lesson. All said and done. Fucking never worry about it again. Like, he's done his bit. He used to say that as well. He'd be like, I've said my bit.
Yeah, I've said my piece.
What a
Fuck
unit,
off.
though. Like, that's some fucking 90s parenting, dude.
That is some 90s parenting.
That's some
man.
90s shit.
Sometimes though, like when it was happening, it was fucking scary. And I got belted one day, right, and a lot of people now are like, I can't believe they belted you. It's like, well, I set my fucking house on fire, so I feel like I definitely deserved the belting.
Fucking
I
tell me
never
that
set my
story.
fucking my house on fire ever again. Oh, it must have been like 6 or 7.
Were you a match boy?
Yeah, like I got into I found a lighter and shit like that again. Like my parents are smokers. And I found this lighter and I kind of got obsessed with like lighting shit on fire.
Yeah.
And like in my room, I had like one of those old school like big wooden toy chests. Right, my brother and I used to draw heaps. So it was like filled with like drawings and like fluffy toys. This is really early in the morning, so I light this piece
It's
of paper
always
on
when
fire.
it is.
It's always everyone's asleep, man, and I'm there by myself with this
Getting
lighter.
up to mischief. That's
Yeah, and I
me,
was like,
dude.
fuck yeah. And I set this fucking piece of paper on fire and I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick. Thought I heard my dad get up. So I like shook it out, threw it in the box. Right? Didn't think much of it. Like
Yeah.
closed the box, went to the toilet, came back. Right. By the time I got back, like the box was smoking. So I was like, oh shit. So I opened it, but that just let fucking air to it. And once the air got to it, it took everything. Like the whole fucking wall caught fire, everything. And like I literally dropped the lighter and ran the fuck out of the house. Didn't tell anyone. I just fucking ran. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And so I fucking ran. And like 5 minutes later, I hear like my dad scream out, Stuart! And I was like, oh, fuck. And I went back. My dad had a beard at the time. Like he had grown his beard. He had really nice hair. And like what he did, like he went into the room and he like just grabbed the box and like threw it outside. But that took everything. Like burnt his whole fucking face. I've never been so scared. And I got belted, but like, I never fucked with fire ever again.
Holy shit, dude.
Fucking yeah. I deserted, man. I was like, no, I'm fucking out of here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a fucking gnarly story, dude.
I was a little fuckwit kid, man.
Oh, like, so my brother and I think that, like, that fucking rubber dart gun story
Yeah.
kind of like made us sort our shit out amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Like from then on, if we had beef, we would just fucking handle it internally. Like
Yeah,
we'd
'cause you
never
know,
go to
like-
the boss. We'd just have to fucking sort it out amongst
Have to be a
ourselves.
real big problem to
Because
go to
I'm
the
just
boss.
like, no, we both were like, from that day onwards, just like, I think it made it closer as brothers.
Dude, I feel like stuff like that does. Like, for example, like what I was asking before, if you and your brother have ever fought. Me and my brother actually did get into a punch up. Like,
Yeah.
This is when we were both adults too.
Both
like,
adults, yeah.
I think I must have been like 21, and he's what, 24. At the time, like both me and him were living in the same room, so it was a pretty shit situation. Right, and we had to share this room, and it was just shit times. I went out like because I was working at a bar at the time. Right, and like I used to get I was young. I used to get smashed every night.
Bar plus young.
Fucking
equals
bar
getting
plus
smashed,
young.
Yeah.
I came home one night and like I was fucking pissed. I walked straight into like our room, right, and like my brother's like, "Oh fuck, like just go to sleep, man." And like because I was at that point of drunk, I was like, "Fuck you, fucking blah, like don't start with me." Fell asleep, right, and like started snoring really loud because of how fucking smashed I was. So my brother got up and like pushed me over. And he's like, trying to go. He was trying to be fucking do something solid. He was
Yeah.
like, there you go. Right, and then apparently I was like, fuck off, don't touch me, fuck you. Right, and he was like, oh, whatever. Right, and like he went to go to sleep, and then he heard me get up, but he couldn't see anything. Right, and then like right next to him, he felt like this little trickling, and he's like, what the fuck is that? Turned on the light, and I was pissing on his like nightstand. Right, I just pissed. Like I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Right, but he didn't start the fight either. Like he didn't like get up and punch me out. Right, he was like, dude, what the fuck? Right, and like which must have surprised me. So I pushed him. I was like, fuck you, fucking blah blah blah. And he's like, clean it up. So I like swung at him, and my brother's a lot bigger than me. I've got him twice, real good ones. Right, and he's fucking completely stark naked at the time too, like fully naked. Right, and we're fighting in our room. Right, and like I'm throwing haymakers, and he's like, put me in a headlock, chill the fuck out, just chill out. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm chill. As soon as he let me go, I like fucking smack him again. Right, and then eventually, like he had it, I'm like, and we were being really loud. So my mum and my little sister woke up. Right, and as they're coming down to like the room to see what happened, like because we were in like the garage, and we had like this one of those big like glass sliding doors.
Yeah.
As like I hit him, my mum and my little sister get to the door, and my brother hits me one time, knocks me out completely, like cold, right? And then I smash my way back through the door, hit the ground, and start snoring instantly, like
Yeah.
bang,
Like in
out.
the UFC, dude.
yeah, man, fully out, which like freaked my little sister out, 9 years younger than me. She's like, "Oh my god, my
Yeah.
brother's dead!" Like, there's
Should have been
blood
like
everywhere.
fucking 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really remember it, but I woke up the next morning. My mum's like, "Do you know what the fuck you did last night?" And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, kind of." And I was thinking, "Oh no, me and my brother are never gonna speak again. Like,
yeah.
this is fucked." Call my brother, and he goes, I got you pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, you did." And he's like, "Yeah, you got me too." Oh, that's funny. All right, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah, so it was just chilled because you
Just-
both had
Yeah,
to be
man.
out.
I mean, it was at a time, man, where it was like kind of testosterone driven, both of us trying to be alphas, like that age. And I think we just needed it. We were just up in each other's space. Finally fought. We never fought, like, punched on ever again after that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
made us closer. Thought it was hilarious. Like, he split my lip open real bad. I fucked his throat up because apparently I punched him straight in the throat.
Fuck, that's a gnarly way to get
Yeah.
punched, dude. I've seen people that have gone into a fight ready to fucking punch on, and the smaller dude has just gone for the throat punch, and it's just fucking floored him. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter how big you
fucks
are.
up your world, eh? Like,
Yeah, dude. Like, fuck that. And like, I remember like thinking, it doesn't matter how big you are. If someone literally like buttons you, like just straight on the button,
eyes water.
like, you
you're
might
out.
not fall down, but like you're disoriented.
Yeah, yeah,
For the
you-
next
oh,
30,
you can't
40
see
seconds.
properly,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's kind of the fight's over.
It's
now.
like when I got my nose pierced.
yeah.
It felt the same as getting docked in the nose.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You get like that almost like, pink.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there like your eyes watering, but it's like one eye. Like
Yeah,
on
it's
that
only one
side,
eye.
and you just sit like sometimes it's the other, but for me it was just one, and I'm just sitting there like I'm not crying. Like
Oh, well, I had
trying to
both.
still
Man.
be a tough
When I got my
cunt.
septum done, like that got me both.
Oh fuck the septum, dude. So I because of my sinus issues,
Yeah.
I don't want to like sort of do anything more than just that.
Yeah,
Like,
like
just
don't want
be-
to risk any other like, issues
Occasionally,
happening.
yeah, occasionally I need to make sure the sinus passage is clear because they use different. I've got different mask attachments.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm really like nasally, I need to just put this one that just goes straight into my nose.
Okay, yeah.
So I can't have like anything there.
Nothing's gonna fuck around with it. Yeah, that's fine. That
and
makes
and
sense.
also there's a chance that I might need to get like surgery.
Shit, yeah,
So,
right.
Like they can work around that, but the septum they probably can't.
Because like if it gets bad enough, you get like a deviation or something like that. isn't
Yeah,
it?
so apparently I don't have a deviation, but they do think that it can surgery could benefit me, but I'll
Yeah.
always still have sinus issues, but they can kind of make it slightly better.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was about to get surgery in March 2020, but because of COVID, they locked it, they shut it down.
Everything gets shut down.
So
yeah.
it's kind of in a state of like limbo at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I've got a like temporary solution of using the CPAP. I don't really need
You don't need it at the moment.
it urgently.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, it's going to cost me like a fair bit of money to
Yeah.
get it done. So I'm just sort of like saving to like so that when I do get it done,
Eventually when it gets
it's
done, yeah.
not such a big hit. Like because I'm just like like just preemptively sort of like knowing that I've got a couple of grand I need to spend on that.
Yeah.
It's like I'll just fucking hold off. But yeah, that's the plan.
Oh well, man. Fucking good luck, man. I hope that COVID doesn't fuck you around too much.
Yeah,
the next
well,
couple of years.
At least it's kind of manageable, and apparently it doesn't need to be done. Like some things are like the longer you leave it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
They're like it's basically just going to be like this.
But yeah, it sounds like you kind of got it under control, especially with like that sleep apnea machine that you got.
The hardest part was getting to that point.
Yeah.
For like about 4 years, because it got worse once I like became an adult.
Yeah.
So for like 4 years, it was really bad. It was kind of on and off until I was about 23 or 4.
Yeah, right.
And then for about 4 years, I just was not sleeping well at all. Like getting like 3 to 5 hours a night for 4 years straight.
Fuck, man, that would have been rough.
And I just didn't know why. And it was just because whenever I like wasn't getting enough oxygen, I'd panic in my sleep and
Yeah.
wake up.
And then wake, yeah.
So I just every night at some point in the night, I'd wake up just like feeling like I couldn't breathe.
in like a panic too.
Yeah. So like so it took me a few years to fucking finally get it to a point where I was like, oh, I fucking know what's going on now. That was the hardest part about it, was just getting to the point where I knew what was happening. But
I wonder
now,
how many people out there actually just don't even realize.
yeah, like that's there you go. I'm not like if I'm gonna if I'm like gonna be an advocate for something, it's like sleep apnea.
Yeah, well, like it's hard to tell, man. Like, just say for example, too, like you're single, right? Like, yeah, you might wake up in the middle of the night, but you don't know what's going on while you're sleeping. You're sleeping, like you're
Yeah.
fucking dead to it.
You don't know if you're snoring or whatever.
You
So
have no clue. Like, are you gonna wake up and be like, "Fuck, man, I just feel shit all the time."
yeah, and the thing is too, like I don't sleep as it is. So fuck, like sometimes you're just sitting there like, it's probably just because I have a shitty sleep schedule.
Dude, I get that a lot, man. Because like I get asked a lot, like, "Why don't you sleep? Like, is it because you're just not tired?" You know, appointment where I'm up until like 4 in the morning, just because I feel like there's just not enough hours during the day to do shit.
Yeah.
There's like I get to a point, man, where I am tired. I am physically tired, but like once you like kind of pass the point of like, oh, I want to do this, and like keep doing that, eventually you're not going to be tired. And once you get that sleep cycle going,
Yeah.
like whether you want to or not, like whether even if you're like, nah, tomorrow night I'm going to get a good night's sleep, it's kind of your body's like, we ain't sleeping.
Yeah,
It's
or
not
you'll feel
happening.
tired, but it'll be too early, and then by the time
Yeah.
it's time to sleep, it's too late. You stay up.
Yeah, because you pass that point of tired now. Your body's like, all right, I guess we're up again.
Yeah, we're still going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you build those roots of doing that. If you do it for a couple of years,
Yeah.
so
It's like it's also about breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
Because it's like drinking enough water, man. Like if you only drink 2 liters of water every third day, it's like you got to kind of be consistent.
You do, man. Like, just beating that, man. Just have a bottle of water with you wherever you go.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it's weird when if you don't carry a bottle of water with you wherever you go, you do get thirsty, but like you can
ignore
get
it.
over it. You're like, yeah, it's all right. I'll just fucking when I eat, and then it's all of a sudden you think that your body's full. Like, oh, that's the satisfied need that I have. But you got a bottle of water with you, right? And all of a sudden you get this urge, and it's like, oh, take a sip, and then your body's like, yes, yeah, let's drink that now. Drink all that. It's the best way to beat it around. Like, instead of because like I feel like a lot of people ignore your body signals. Like I do.
I do it
I'm
too,
massive on doing that. Like I said, with my sleep,
Yeah.
I ignore it all the time, and it's mainly just stubbornness because I like I said, I don't feel like there's not enough hours during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I get to a point where I'm like, I'm fucking not. I'm gonna stay up till 2 in the morning. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. No, well, fucking, that brings us up to the end of the podcast, man.
Cheers for having me, man.
It's good to have you here, man. It's good to have you in at the studio.
Yeah, man, finally, like-
it's kind of a studio. It's my studio.
This is a sick studio, man. I'm loving this. Like, I love that. That's sick.
I'm actually gonna rearrange it a little bit. Just like I think I might make like a corner desk and stuff, and kind of like rearrange it for.
Yeah, right.
Because I do gaming as well, and
You should turn it into like a 70s smoke little area.
yeah.
You know those like airport lounges.
Yeah.
And, like got smooth jazz playing.
Well,
Everything's tan
I
glass.
have another spot that I record podcasts. I might show you after this. We'll go show you. I got a bit down in the shed that I've kitted out as well.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
So like I got like a couple of different locations. Like if I've got depends on the theme.
Yeah.
Like I had Trent Shepherd on the
Yeah.
and so we did it in the shed, and he just like talked shit and smoked darts.
That's fucking mad.
And that was the vibe for that one.
That's sick,
But like
dude.
I was just, and occasionally, like I think at the end of last year, I did one in the lounge room because like my buddy and I were like, it was like an end of year edition. We did like a wrap up on the
That's sick,
on the
yeah.
comedy scene for and the fucking debacle that was 2020.
Ugh.
So I was just like, it might be a good setting to have that in like sitting on a lounge chair sort of
Yeah,
thing.
man. A relaxed
So
kind of setting.
I kind of got a couple of different like settings, but I like the studio's the main one.
yeah.
I like doing it in here, and I'm going to change the configuration a bit more so that my for my gaming stuff, I've got like a bit more room and that sort of shit. So
Oh, that'd be cool, man.
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
so yeah, fucking thanks for being on the show, and thanks for fucking talking smack. I know we're going to keep it like below an hour. We just hit 1 hour pretty much on the nose. So
Fuck yeah, nice.
So, but yeah, I fucking dig having you on the show, and yeah, it'd be cool to next time you're in town, man. Fucking, we'll crack.
I'll hit you up, man, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cheers. All right, peace.
Peace.
Don't buy me a drink. Just name names. Yeah, right.
Big Tony, you'll get fucking thrown out.
A strip club with your floppy disk.
Oh,
All day.
Make people feel shame for shit all day.
Don't blow
Turn
it.
it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. You'll get fucking
Keep it simple. Count your money.
that they're not proud of.
Just give me $10. All right.